John. Glad you're watching. Looking at verses 11 through 16 in John 11. After he said this, he went on to tell them, "Our friend Lazarus has fallen asleep, but I'm going there to wake him up." His disciples replied, "Lord, if he sleeps, he will get better." Jesus had been speaking of his death, but his disciples thought he meant natural sleep. So then he told them plainly, "Lazarus is dead, and for your sake I am glad I was not there, so that you may believe. But let us go to him." Then Thomas, called Didymus, said to the rest of the disciples, "Let us also go, that we may die with him." Okay, so Lazarus died. Jesus had delayed a few days when he got the news that this close friend was sick. And so then through the Spirit he knows that Lazarus has died. And he tells the disciples, though, that Lazarus has fallen asleep. And that's how he views his condition of death. And the disciples are confused, as we probably would be. He said, "Well, let him sleep, Jesus. We don't need to go wake him up." But and then Jesus fully explains. And he says, "I'm glad for your sakes that I was not there," in other words, to heal him, "and that this has happened, so that you may believe." Now, his disciples already believed in him. They'd already sacrificed much, in a sense, to follow him. But he's saying, "I want you to see what I'm about to do next, that your faith may grow even more." See, there's a principle about faith. Jesus said, "To him who has faith, even more will be given. And to him who has not, even what he has will be taken away." So to the degree that these men acted upon the faith that they had, the understanding that they had, Jesus was now going to multiply their faith by letting them see a resurrection. And that's awesome. Now, we often think of Thomas as doubting Thomas, the one who wouldn't believe the other disciples who saw the risen Christ until he put his fingers in the holes from the nail prints in Jesus' hands and feet. And yet here Thomas is saying, he misunderstands. He thinks Jesus means we're going to go die with Thomas in Jerusalem. He's still not getting the resurrection part. But he says, "Come, let us go with him, with our leader, our Messiah, our Rabbi. Let's go and die with him." And you see, this is no wimpy guy. He's very courageous. He's ready to lay it all down because he loves Jesus and he believes in him. So it's quite an admirable faith. And I hope and pray that my faith would be like that, and yours as well. Well, thanks for watching. Great chapter. We'll dive in tomorrow. God bless.